At number 10, we look at an officially sanctioned and highly respected white rolling 60s crip from Virginia, who goes by the name Little Activation.
Look, got the homie kid, dark kid, tell him kid, y'all know the truth. Neighborhood, ass gang.
And this is why you can never judge a book by its cover. If you saw this kid walking down the street and he told you he was a rolling 60s crip, most of you would think he was lying. And because of that, bro ends up recording his entire initiation process so he can prove that he really is a white crip.
Yeah, you know the Yeah, on husband.
He records himself to show off that he is the only white boy that was invited to the hood barbecue. This white boy goes through crazy lengths to prove that he is really a crip, and every time he is out with the other members during his prospecting process, he records every interaction he has with the gang. He records himself in the car with high-ranking members. As soon as he gets to the trap house, he starts recording so he can show off for all the other little white goons. In this interaction, you can see Little Activation. The white crips sneak up behind one of the members and record him grabbing a beer. During the early initiation period, whenever Lil Activation got a buddy from his gang to drive all the way to the suburbs to pick him up to drive him to the hood, he would always make sure to sneakily record his buddies in the back seat. Whenever Lil Activation would go to a buddy's house, he would always make sure to record himself outside the crib to show everyone where the gang lives. It's crazy how much the world is changing and how much more diversity there is. He then shows off another white boy goon with a bowl cut that's prospecting for the rolling 60s Crips.
You been trying to walk with me, but you can't step in my zone. Bro, man.
Of course, he is drinking the Suburban goon drink of Choice Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Step in my zone. Bro, man.
In order to show off for all the other little white boys in the suburbs, he takes photos with every gang member he hangs out with. To prove that he is really a Crip, he starts recording all of his FaceTimes with some of the most high-ranking Crips in his gang. Unlike the other Crips who were living in poverty and going back to broken homes in the hood, Lil Activation didn't live anywhere near the gang, so he would have to get on trains or Uber back to the suburbs after a long day of kicking it in the hood with his gang.
This person is
Once Lil Activation would return to the burbs, he would go back to being Anthony Witt, which is a really good loving kid that's lost in the world and just wants validation and friends. After his mom would turn off his nightlight, give him a kiss and tuck him into bed, his inner goon would come out, and on multiple occasions he went on Instagram Live to crash out and wave around his strap. At number 9, legendary Philly rapper YBC Dull is the most disrespectful drill rapper of all time. This man would say the craziest and the most awful things imaginable about his rivals. And because of the crazy levels of disrespect exerted from this young man, he was given the nickname Mr. Disrespectful. One morning, he decided he was going to do the most disrespectful thing imaginable, and he went to the gravesite of a rival and started digging him up and laughing. And the next day, the man's mourning family had to see a video of their loved one's corpse dug up from a grave and disrespected.
Tombstone, niggas, dirt up. Hey, yo, hey, yo, Cardi, what the f*** way? Ah!
When you keep poking the bear and inflict that much pain and suffering on an individual and their family, it's only going to be a matter of time until they snap. And not long after, the young man was tragically blicked down in the middle of the road by rivals. On August 24th in the year 2024, a car pulls up beside YBC Duel and starts dumping at him, which tragically costed the young man his life. This type of self-destructive behavior is the direct result of substance abuse and a number of different mental health issues, such as post-traumatic stress disorder and anti-personality behavior disorder, which is influenced by a combination of genetic predispositions and environmental factors. For these young men who grew up in the hood surrounded by nothing but violence, gangs, and illegal substances, all it takes is a couple environmental factors, such as the loss of a close friend or family member, to send them off the deep end, and while they are still accountable for the actions and poor decisions they are making. It's important to understand the root of the problem if you ever want to help find a solution for this self-destructive behavior. After going viral for digging up the grave, another group of gang members copied him and went viral after they turned up the disrespect and urinated on the grave.
Kyle Lennox, man, we digging his. You don't want to pick him? I'll pick him up for you, boy. That is dead, man.
At number 8. This next incident takes place in a vicious suburban hood where strapped-up suburban goons are posted up all throughout the area.
Alright, so we're just driving right now and I honked the horn at these kids and they got super butthurt. We're gonna do it again. Nice hair! You want me to pull over? Will you pay my parking pass if I pull over?
When a young man driving through a deadly suburban hood accidentally runs into a high-ranking suburban gang member with a bird's nest on his head, things quickly go left and almost end in tragedy.
Okay, why do people get so mad at the smallest things? Like, I honked at them. And they're like, shut your ass up. Yeah, I just said I liked their hair.
This man unfortunately has no idea who he's playing with. That young stepper with the long hair is Chief Bird's Nest, who is a general in the East Coast suburban Crips. Over the years, he has been terrorizing the burbs and is rumored to be involved in the hit that created the Chad Pack that all the suburban Crips are puffing on. If you're going to try to drive through this suburban hood, like it or not, you're going to have to check in with General Bird's Nest. Nothing ever gets past him. As General Bird's Nest flashes a Crip sign, things are about to escalate and take a potentially deadly turn.
Nah, bro, we don't do none of that around here, bro.
Yeah, we're trying to find this guy named Roderick. He's a homeless guy. We're trying to take him out to lunch.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
We don't do none of that.
Unfortunately, the young man was unaware of General Bird's Nest's strict rule that nobody is allowed to help the homeless in his suburban hood.
What's up?
You came up to
Pull
us.
over. You was talking shit. What's up,
I'm at a red light.
What's up, dude?
Are you serious?
Don't get scared, nigga.
Why would I be scared of you?
You slapped on your YouTube channel, nigga.
Assault charge.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Assault charge me.
I will.
Hey, it's lean.
What is that though? Is that lean or what?
Nah, it's not lean.
Okay. Bro, they really pulled a gun out, dude. Are you kidding me?
Wait.
A gun out of his fanny pack.
The law-abiding citizen luckily made it out the situation with his life. But this is another prime example of why you can never lack when driving through suburban hoods. According to legend, General Bird's Nest was hiding another 2 choppers and a blicky with a switch in his hair. So one wrong move and this young man would have ended up a pack in the back of his swisher, just like the Chad Pack he was rumored to be responsible for. At number 7. Over the years, famous rapper Yella Bezy has built up a reputation as being a grave digger in Dallas and not the kind of guy you want to play with. Because of his feared reputation and rumored involvement in countless bodies, his rivals placed a green light on him, and he has been getting hunted and blicked at relentlessly over the past decade.
Are investigating the early morning shooting of
rapper Yella Bezy. Police say more than a dozen rounds were
fired into a 26-year-old man's vehicle and several rounds struck him.
That gunfire happening on that tollway about 3:30 this morning. Now it's unclear what condition he was conscious and breathing when he was rushed to the hospital.
Because of the bag on his head, Yella Bezy is always strapped up and ready for all the action. So when a certified white Crip approaches Yella Bezy and asked for a fade, it created a potentially deadly situation. After going to the gym and minding his own business, a white Crip approaches Yella Bezy and asks to throw hands in an attempt to gain some internet clout.
See on Solo, come box. Come box. Come box. I'm over here. Come on. We'll go over here right in the grass.
The white Crip is trying his hardest to instigate the situation, and he keeps telling Yella Bezy over and over again to come to where he is to throw hands. For Yella Bezy, who has to keep up an image in order to sell records. This is potentially a career-ending situation with no positive upside. If he goes and slugs it out with the white boy and wins, he's not going to get any street points because that is what everyone expects. But in the rare chance the white boy wins or is able to land a solid punch, this could be potentially career-ending for Yella Bezy, who has nothing to gain by fighting a random white Crip outside of a gym in Dallas.
So you can shoot? I'm naked. I'm naked. I'm naked. I'm right here.
Come swing on me first. Come swing on me first.
Because he is on probation and doesn't want to go back to jail. Yella Bezy asks the white crip to swing first so he can claim self-defense if the police get involved.
Come swing on me first.
See you.
Come
See?
swing on me
I
first.
see a gun in your
Come swing
pocket,
on me
cuz.
first.
The white crip claims that Yella Bezy has his strap on him, and that's why he is scared to throw hands with the gravedigger of Dallas.
Look, got the gun
Come
in your
swing,
pocket.
bro.
Well, I see the
Come
gun in your
swing,
pocket,
bro.
boy.
Come swing.
I see the gun
I'm
in
right
your
here, come
pocket.
swing.
Why you got a gun?
I'm right here, come swing.
Why you got a gun?
I'm right here, come
You
swing.
seen I'm
As you can see clear as day, Yella Bezy is with all the action and he is not ducking any fades.
naked.
I'm right here, come swing.
Why you got a gun?
Me, come swing.
It appeared in the video that the white crip who was pressing up on Yella Bezy didn't actually want to fight, and that he really just wanted a viral internet moment. But without being in the white crip's brain, we can't tell you exactly what his intentions were, and some fans believe he got his feelings hurt after trying to flirt with Yella Bezy.
I'm naked. You see me. You ain't naked.
In a strange turn of events, the white crip starts getting really excited about the situation.
Over here. Come on.
As his excitement grows, he is unable to hold back, and the white crip fully gives in to temptation.
I'm naked. I'm naked. Naked. I'm right here.
As the white crip's inner ditty takes over, he gets out of pocket and asks Yella Bezy if he wants to get busy on the grass.
I'm over here. Come on. I'm naked. We'll go over here right in the grass. You ain't naked. You see me. I'm naked. You ain't naked. You see me.
This is a bad look for white boys across the country. This man is seriously lucky things didn't go worse.
I'm gonna knock your out, swat.
Yella Bezy does not play around. This white crip could have easily ended up getting rolled up and puffed on in the back of a wood, like all of Yella Bezy's other rivals.
Dallas police now say Yella Bezy hired a hitman to kill his one-time friend turned rival, Mo 3.
At number 6, we look at a crazy situation from Atlanta from a young gang member who starts crashing out on his rivals.
Waiting for through the my mama. I don't get no none of that. Don't try. Pull through this I want to. What's that? So I'm gonna get off on anything. This is, bro. I'm getting off on anything, y'all. Somebody name. Bro, why the f you ask me where I'm at? Pop out. Pull up. Pull up, bro. On my mama. Pull up. Pull up right now. Pull up. Okay.
And from here, unfortunately, things only got worse. And the young man, despite multiple pleads from people that cared about him telling him to get off of Instagram Live, he refused.
This so y'all hard. I'm smoking on every bro. Somebody. This is daddy. Yo.
Unlike a lot of rappers nowadays, bro was ready for all the action. He then pulls out his strap and lets it be known that he will dump on any car that looks like it could be a rival. The young man then takes the crash out to the next level and does something extremely federal, and admits to having bodies under his belt.
I ain't even gonna tell her myself. Listen, my mom. Yo, say less. Yo, on that block when I drop fat boy. They do. I ain't even shoot back. Yo.
Here, he takes self-snitching to the next level and claims to be the one responsible for dropping a rival who goes by the name Fat Boy. May that man rest in peace, whoever it is. These misguided young men have been losing their lives way too early before they have the chance to grow up.
Come on. They don't give a none of that shit. My mom ready to crash. My mom. Y'all know what's up. Who do this? My mom.
His rivals, who were strapped up and watching his live, were just waiting for him to slip up. And when he drops his location, his rivals get in a car and head out to do a drill.
Where you at, little twin? Bro, this is East Lake. What the f***? Same apartment he's in, Popeye.
When the ops do end up arriving, it doesn't take them long to whip out their blickies and start dumping at the reckless young man.
Oh, mama. I don't need I don't want Popeye. Mama, I don't give a f***. If I die, I don't give a f***. Y'all get off on.
This shows where the mental health is at for a lot of these guys glorified in the streets as steppers. This man literally just said that he is ready to no longer live. Right afterwards, his rivals roll up and a deadly situation occurs.
Y'all get off on me. I bet I'll get off.
In the background, you could clearly hear a group of men firing countless rounds at him, and the situation looked like it might end deadly, until instead of thanking the Lord that he is still alive, and was able to make it out that situation alive. This young man with an adolescent brain decides he wants to go back on live. And that was how the live ended. Thankfully, both men lived, and since the situation occurred, this video has been shared across countless YouTube channels, racking up millions of views, and has already been investigated by police, which should teach you guys not to commit your crimes on Instagram Live. Second on our list is a rapper who decided to go federal on himself and threaten people on Instagram Live. At number 5, back in the day, trappers and hustlers used to do all they could to conceal their operations, so they could continue making money and not have to worry about police. Nowadays, trappers will show the location of the trap house, all the bricks of product they have, and all the money they are making on Instagram Live, which makes the job for police officers 10 times easier than it's ever been. This young scholar from Alabama, a young man named NHL Jimmy, thought it would be a good idea to show his entire operation and product on live so he could show off for the 50 guys that tuned in to see what enlightening words might come from his mouth.
Purple, baby. Yeah. Everything purple, baby. Everything purple.
We blurred out the large amounts of product, and as you can see, this young gang-affiliated rapper had the trap house rolling. Jimmy was showing off all his product with the hopes that one of his viewers would see it and want to purchase some. And that is exactly what happened. Unfortunately for Jimmy Boy, the only people interested in buying his product was the boys in blue. You know, his heart dropped and his mind started racing 100 miles a minute, thinking about all the years behind bars he might be facing when he heard that infamous police bang on his door.
Stay right there. Stand up.
Unfortunately, the man didn't have any time to hide his product, which was standing on the middle of the table in plain view for the police to seize. Even though he had very large quantities, because of the Instagram Live video, he can't claim it was for personal use. His lawyer is going to have a field day with this case. It's not like he can try and blame someone else. He literally recorded himself for police confessing to the crime.
Turn around. Stand up, mother. Stand up. Stand up and put your hands on your head. Turn away from me. Back up. Back up. Keep coming. Keep coming, mother. Stand up. Hey, we got somebody alive. Yeah, walk that way. Put your hands above your head. Ma'am. Stand up.
You shouldn't have to explain common sense in this situation. It's that obvious. But if you decide to be a criminal, it's not a good idea to record your crimes on Instagram, knowing that the police are always watching. It's the equivalent of a chef cutting off his hands and then being confused why he can't cook anymore. It's basic common sense. At number 4, we look at a crazy Instagram Live incident involving a highly respected Fort Worth, Texas gang member Lil CJ Casino. The young man was born December 8, 1997 in the Stop 6 neighborhood, an area known for its challenges and prominent gang culture. Before breaking down the video, I'm going to give you a rundown of where he was at in his life so we can better understand his actions. Allegedly, he used to hang around a highly respected gang member by the name of Bugatti Casino and his squad, who went by the name Ape Gang, up until a very traumatizing incident happened to CJ Casino that would alter his life trajectory and send him spiraling. Before turning to music, he was involved in street activities, including trafficking narcotics, and through these connections, he had gotten very close with Ape Gang members. So when one of Ape Gang's most legendary members, a young man who goes by the name J-Dub, turns his back on CJ Casino and robs him for his chains, this traumatizes CJ Casino and sends him spiraling. Put yourself in his shoes and imagine the trauma and hurt you must be feeling after getting robbed at gunpoint by individuals you once considered friends. Just the experience of getting robbed, having weapons pulled on you, and not knowing whether or not you will return to your family is more than enough to give someone post-traumatic stress disorder. Now add the fact that these were allegedly friends of his that turned on him, which would make anyone paranoid and untrusting. To pour extra salt in the wound, these guys were making videos about the situation.
The chain shit, all that shit, bro. Like with CJ, you know?
Yeah. We Ape Gang. I'm around my ape. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And
If he took it, he took it. What?
So, if you was to see him today, CJ Casino, I mean, would it be problems and shit?
Yeah.
As a result of all these traumatic situations, CJ Casino enters a very self-destructive mindset, and the infamous Instagram Live takes place.
I'm ducking no action. In the end, I ain't gonna leave. Huh? On blood in the hood by myself. Where you at? On Stop City. Doing all this hot capping. Where y'all at, nigga? On blood, I'm in the hood by myself. On Stop City. Pop out. I don't need no big homies to protect me.
While in such a self-destructive mindset, he intentionally puts his life in danger and pulls up to his old friend Bugatti Casino's hood and starts taunting and antagonizing his old buddy.
Tired of playing with you on blood, you on scratch. On God. Where is you at, boo? God, Jesus Christ, I'm scratch. On blood, gang.
You can clearly hear the pain in the young man's voice as he calls out his old friends and dares them to come take his life.
God, where is you at, boo? God, Jesus Christ, come stretch. On blood, gang. Come. Yeah, just like that. Y'all see where I'm at on blood.
He makes a point of showing exactly where he is with the prior knowledge that his old friends will recognize the area.
Y'all see where I'm at on blood. On blood, I still got my little cornrow on Stop City.
Hey, take Pee-wee to the doctor. Give me that. Give me.
And just like that, he gets what he asked for, and they roll up and start dumping, and he gets hit and has to go to the hospital for what could have been a life-threatening wound.
Hey, take Pee-wee to the doctor. Give me that. Give me that.
Once you humanize these young men and peel back the gangster persona, you will realize these men are no different than anyone else. At its core, this whole situation is over hurt feelings over a friendship that went left. A lot of these extreme reactions to hurt feelings and regular emotions come from years of trauma and behaviors that were learned at a very young age in order to survive in the hood. For a lot of these young men who grew up in poverty, they had to form extreme reactions as a way for self-preservation and to protect themselves in their ultra-violent environments they're trying their best to navigate. At number 3, our next clip involves one of the most talented rappers coming out of Atlanta, a young man who goes by the rapper name LaserDim700. With an adolescent and underdeveloped brain, he takes crashing out and self-snitching to the next level when he records himself on Instagram Live, breaking into cars while police are watching.
Hey, I really think somebody in there right here.
The most ironic thing about the video is when he goes to conceal his identity by exposing his entire face to another camera, not including the one that he was using to record himself on, that police were watching.
This camera right here. I'm gonna turn it. Yeah.
He then targets a fancier, newer-looking car, hoping that this time he will have better luck.
There's another one far side. Well, y'all yeah, crazy. I don't think I'll get the truck. I hit the truck right here. I was playing, it might be a blinking.
And this is why all you law-abiding citizens need to be careful when leaving straps in your car. You never know who might be lurking around the corner trying to break in. Luckily, this law-abiding citizen didn't have his hard-earned goods stolen, but the next car owner was not as lucky.
I know where some milk though. I'm finna take you out to the other. I'm finna take you out to the other one. I really be over here. It's a little repo. It's a little repo lot. Take you out to the other one.
If you thought that was crazy, make sure to hit that follow button for part 3. At number 2, when rappers get overwhelmed with emotions and they don't know how to regulate themselves, that's when crash outs happen. For this next rapper coming out of Chicago, this young man takes crashing out to the next level and commits countless felonies while the police are watching and recording his Instagram Live.
I'm finna do this beat again. I'm finna go to his crib. I'm 1 minute away.
This group of young men with no regard for their freedom are currently recording themselves going to one of their rivals' houses with the hopes of catching him lacking so they can catch a body.
Yeah, get out of the way. Come on.
The young man then pulls out his strap and starts pointing it towards his rival's house, which brings up the question of whether or not he would actually pull that trigger while recording himself for the police. The man he was hunting for shortly after getting tagged in a post joins the live and explains to his rival that he no longer lives in that house.
No, man, get the out of that, man.
What y'all know about that, man?
Yeah, all these cars.
You must ain't hit me.
Oh, yeah, I know them walls.
What walls?
Don't worry about it.
Hey, you hear me? On Deontay. If you still think I live right there,
the KD crib.
I pull up
right there.
Pull up then right there. If you think I live right there,
pulled up right there 2 days ago. It's the kind of Christmas and my
bro.
Chicago is absolutely crazy going on Instagram Live and talking casually with someone who is actively hunting for you and trying to take your life is insanity. If these young men growing up in Chicago could ever put down the straps and get to know each other, I'm sure they would find they have a lot more in common than they realize. And the only difference is the block that they grew up.
I don't know what you talking about, little boy. If you think I'm right there, go right.
Hopefully these young men can work through their past traumas and make better choices, because one bad decision can potentially cost them the rest of their lives. At number 1.
Just tell me, what did I do?
Put your feet in the car and I'll
speak with you. You not still telling me what I did, bro.
Listen, I'll tell you what you did.
Y'all just woke me up out of my sleep. What did I do?
Life as a rapper can be extremely difficult. A lot of these guys feel like everyone is out to get them. They're unfairly targeted by law enforcement. Their friends are constantly asking for money, and their rivals want them more than ever. And it's almost impossible to tell the difference between a fan and a hater. Unfortunately for FBG Butta, a pathetic drunk older guy starts harassing Butta, who was minding his business and trying to enjoy a night out at the club.
Oh, look at this Butta! Hey, Butta, stop overwhooping, gang!
This pathetic older man, despite being twice the age of everyone at the club, instead of laying low and acting his age, he decides to start acting like a clown, and he starts clout chasing at 50 years old.
Tell him stop overwhooping, shorty. Man, that's a little money, shorty. That ain't a lot of money, shorty. That ain't a lot of money. This kid, man. They got a 21st, man. They got a 21st, man. You overwhooping on 2 gonna flag, man.
After the man continued to antagonize Butta, eventually he decides enough is enough, and he puts hands on the man and slaps him in the face in front of the whole club. If you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Hopefully this drunk old man learned his lesson about harassing people at the club. Maybe he should spend more time with his family and less time being a public nuisance and chasing for clout.